Okay, today our lecture consists of following topics. First, we will discuss increasing function and decreasing function. The second one is stationary points. So stationary point, or we can say that extreme points. Extreme, we will discuss these in detail just in a moment. Extreme points, second name is extreme points. And then this is a subtopic of stationary point, that the nature of stationary point. Nature of stationary point, then we will use two methods to find the nature of stationary point. This is M1, that first derivative test, and M2 is actually second derivative test. Before this, the prerequisite of this topic is the basic differentiation formula and basic differentiation formula and the concepts of differentiation, which we discussed in previous lecture, that if we have a curve y is equal to xn, so how can we differentiate with respect to x? It is simply just we write d over dx. This is a sign of derivative, and we write here y and d by dx similarly of x power n. So x power n derivative formula is n. We write power before, then 1 less from power n into x power n minus 1, and derivative without power. Without power, it is just only x. So dx by dx actually gives us 1. So no need to write this thing again and again. We just only write n into xn minus 1. So take one example, y is equal to 4x square minus 3x plus 4. So the derivative is dy over dx is 8x minus 3, and the derivative of constant is 0. So actually this derivative tells us about the slope of curve at that point. We can also denote this with m at particular point. For example, if we want to find at x is equal to 2, so how can you find the slope of curve at x is equal to 2? By finding derivative and put this x is equal to 2 into this. So 8 into 2, 16 minus 3, it would be 13. Means slope at x is equal to 2 on this curve is m is equal to 13. This is a prerequisite knowledge required for this topic. Increasing or decreasing function. First, I will explain these things from graph. Then we will discuss how can we find through mathematically. If we have a curve like this, so the points where the curve turn or take turn, that here if you look at this, where curve is turning to another direction, similarly this point, or you can say that the vertex of the curve, not the exact vertex we use for each curve, but these are the point where the curve actually take turn. These points are called stationary points. These points are called actually stationary point or extreme point. Stationary point or extreme point. These points are either maximum or minimum. For example, from this interval to this interval, here the first point, this is number 1, or I name it A. A is maximum, while this point B is minimum. Okay, these are called stationary point or extreme points, either maximum or minimum. So if you look at this, before this maximum point, the function was going upward, 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 up to this point. So for this, the function is increasing like this. it starts from here, and here it is increasing with the passage of time, or when you increase on x-axis, the function is increasing up to point A. So from this interval, the function is increasing. How can we express that function is increasing? It means that f of x is increasing in this interval from this purple point to point A. So how can we find this interval if by using these techniques, differentiation? If you draw a slope on any point before this point A, for example, if I draw here a tangent, here a tangent, remember one thing, the value of tangent or magnitude, the value of tangent is always positive, not magnitude, but the value of tangent is always positive, because line is always like this, here, 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 this. I said you earlier that if line is this, then in first quadrant, so the tangent or slope is always positive. For example, I tell you the technique. If this is a quadrant system, if you draw a tangent like this, this, the tangent is always positive. Unless you draw a line like this, for example, this and this perpendicular to y-axis, it would become infinity. And after when it moves backward, the tangent will become negative or slope become negative. So when you draw a line before this point, the derivative will always positive. So if f of x is increasing where for this function, now I'm explaining to that thing that f of x is increasing where f dash of x or derivative of function is positive. Derivative of function is positive, mean greater than 0. How can we express positive? That is greater than 0. And f of x is decreasing like after achieving this maximum point or maximum height. Now f of x is going downward. If you look at this, 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 and up to this point where the point is minimum, if you draw a slope any point on here, then you will see that the line is like this. So slope is negative. So f of x is decreasing. F of x is decreasing where f dash of x is less than 0. Okay. I hope it is clear that f of x is increasing where f dash of x is greater than 0. F of x is decreasing where f dash of x is equal less than 0. So now we take some more some example about these thing. That question number 1 or example number 1, we have f of x or y is equal to 3x square minus 4x plus 6. He said, find the interval that x is greater than a, or sometime he expressed x is greater than a, for this function is increasing, or f of x is greater than a for this function is decreasing. So how can we find f of x like this? We will put like here, we write f dash of x. We know that the f of x is increasing where f dash of x is greater than 0. So first find f dash of x. So it would be 6x minus 4 greater than 0. So x is equal to, not equal to, but greater than 4 by 6, and it would be 2 by 3. So the value of a will be 2 by 3. That after this interval, the function is increasing. Now, by graphically look at this. If we draw a curve here like this, so 3x square minus, we know that this is a curve of quadratic because the function was quadratic. So the function was quadratic and there is only one stationary point in this curve. And after this stationary point, before this stationary point, the function, if we move along this side, then the function is increasing. while either we move along this side, for example, this side. So we remember one thing, we always start motion from left side. For example, if somebody start from left side, from here, the function is constantly decreasing to this point. Okay, when we reach on this point and start motion in a straight line, then you look at this, the function is increasing from this point. Before this function was decreasing constantly. Okay, from this point, this function is coming downward, downward, downward. So but you can be maybe confused with this one sometime, that sir, if we move from this point to this point, then the function looks like increasing, but this is not the right way. We always start motion from left to rightward. This is actually opposite direction. Okay, whenever you start a direction, so direction would be like this, from this point to this point. So if you look at this, the function is constantly decreasing, not constantly, but it is a curve. So constant decrease, that constant rate of change is just only stand for a linear equation. Okay, so this is the only way we can find where the function f of x is decreasing. Let's take some more example, like f of x is equal to 6x minus x square. So find the value of x where the function is decreasing. Simply again, where the function is decreasing mean f of x less than 0. So just the derivative would be 6 minus 2x less than 0, and then minus 2x less than minus 6. So x would be greater than 3. So function is decreasing where x is greater than 3. If you look at this, the curve of this function would be open downward. So this is a point of vertex or stationary point, and when we move in this direction, the function is decreasing downward, decreasing or moving downward. So this is the value of x. X is greater than 3. We have a decrement in function. These are very simple questions. Simply whenever he said find the interval where f of x is increasing or decreasing, then you just simply put less than 0 or greater than 0. One more example of cuboid function f of x is equal to 3x cube. 1 minute please. Just only x cube. 3x cube, x cube minus 2 minus x square divided by 2, and then minus 2x plus 3. Find the interval where f of x is decreasing. Okay, this is a cuboid function. For this, remember one thing, the curve would be like this, cuboid function. Okay, there are 2 points, stationary points. One is this and the another one is this. So the function is decreasing from this interval to this interval. Here the function is moving downward, so we have to find this interval. Okay, so how can we find? Just first find derivative, that the f dash of x would be 3x square minus 2x divided by 2, it would become only x, and minus 2. Okay, then for this we have to find the where the function is decreasing. It means f dash of x is less than 0. So 3x square minus x minus 2 less than 0. And find the this is a quadratic inequality, and you know how to solve a quadratic inequality. The factor by using quadratic formula or by factorization 3x square, and the factor will be minus 3x plus 2x minus 2 less than 0, 3x and x minus 1 plus 2 and x minus 1. So x minus 1 and 3x plus 2 less than 0, and x would be 1 and x would be minus 3 by 2. So there were two methods that how to solve a quadratic inequality. One was the by using graph, and the another one simple line. So I don't know in which way you learn this thing, but I'm going to explain by using a linear, sorry, a number line. So this is minus 3 by 2, minus 3 by 2 lie here, and then 1 will be here. Negative number, we know that on the left hand side we represent a negative number, on the right hand side number are positive. So 1 will be here, and there are three region on this line: number 1, number 2, number 3. I said always put select a number from region 2 and put in this inequality. If the inequality satisfy, it means that the region 2 is our solution. If not, then the rest of the region 1 and 3 is our solution. So how do we find this? Just because we know that 0 is lying between these two, 0 is lying in region 2. So put 0 here, this would become minus 1 and minus 1, and when you put 0 here, minus 1 into 2 would become minus 2, and minus 2 less than 0, it means it is true. So we select number 0 from here and put in this inequality. You can select any number, okay, whether it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, that lie in region 2. So it means region 2 is our solution. So how we write the inequality that x would be less than 1 and greater than minus 3 by 2. So this will be our final answer, that x would be less than 1 and greater than minus 3 by 2. So this is the interval where the function f of x was decreasing. X is greater than minus 3 by 2 and less than 1. So the next topic is stationary points or extreme points. So first we will discuss through graph. So I tell you already that which points are called stationary points. The extreme points where the curve take turn are called extreme point or stationary point. So if you draw a tangent before this curve, it will be like this or this. But if you draw a tangent on this point, a particular point that is stationary, on this point, the slope will be horizontal or slope will be parallel to x-axis. Similarly, if you draw a slope on this point, slope will be horizontal. And we know that the line or slope of a horizontal line will be 0. dy over dx mean gradient of horizontal line will always be 0. So it represent actually 0. If you find derivative at this point, then it will always be 0. So how can we find stationary points? For example, if we have a curve x square minus 4x plus 6, this is y. So question is that find stationary point. dy over dx, first find dy over dx, it would be 2x minus 4. So we know that at for stationary point dy over dx is 0. It means 2x minus 4 is equal to 0, and x would be 4 over 2 and x is equal to 2. So mean x, there is only one stationary point, and that is x is equal to 2. Similarly, if you look at this, the cubic equation, so the derivative, if we have find the derivative 3x square minus x, if you put that is equal to 0, so we have 2 points, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 3 by 2. So there are 2 points which are stationary. Similarly, for this curve, there is only just one stationary point and x is equal to 3. These are called stationary point. The next thing, we have to find whether this point is maximum or minimum, because we don't know either this point is maximum or minimum. So there are two tests, the first derivative test and the second derivative test. We will discuss, first I'm going to discuss the second derivative test. So what is second derivative test? Just look at this. Second derivative test is so easy. Second derivative test. Second derivative test is like this. We will find first the second derivative of the function. Like we have a curve y is equal to x cube minus x square plus 4x. So for this, we will find uh, x y is equal to, this is a first derivative, or dy over dx, 3x square minus 2x and plus 4. So after this, okay, let me take this like this. Okay, 1 minute, please. Some changes, just because that it can be solved. This question has real solution, minus 4 and yes, minus 2. Now take derivative, then this would be 2x and 4x. It would be minus 4. So the derivative, first derivative would be 3x square minus x minus 4. So after this, find second derivative. Second derivative, this, and we have 6x and minus 1. This is the second derivative. This 1 prime show that this is actually dy over dx, while second derivative we represent d square dy over dx square. Now in this curve we have at least two stationary point. How, first thing is that how do we find the stationary point? I said just for stationary point we will put dy over dx is equal to 0. So this is 3x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. So 3x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 4 equal to 0, and x is equal to 3x minus 4 and plus 1 into 3x minus 4 equal to 0, and 3x minus 4 into x plus 1 equal to 0, and x is equal to 4 by 3 and x is equal to minus 1. Okay, here we have 2 points x is, that are called stationary points. So we don't know about the nature of this stationary point, these stationary point. And he said find the nature of the stationary point. For this thing, we are going to use second derivative test. Here the second derivative test start from this point. After finding the stationary point, first you have to find the second derivative, then put these point one by one into second derivative. If, now let me write the condition of the second derivative. Write down the condition of second derivative. If second derivative d square over dx square is greater than 0, then point will be minimum. Then point will be minimum. Is minimum. And the second, this is number 1. Number 2, if d square dy over dx square less than 0, then point is maximum. These are two conditions. Now look at just this question. I'm going to put x is equal to minus 1 first in this part. We are going to check x is equal to minus 1. Is it maximum or minimum? So second derivative d square dy over dx square, we will put minus 1. So it would become minus 6 and minus 1 and minus 7. So it means x is equal, this is negative, mean less than 0. So x is equal to minus 1 is a maximum point. Is a maximum point. For the second, then we have to x is equal to 4 by 3. Now check x is equal to 4 by 3. Again put in double derivative. So it would be d square dy over dx square. Then put this derivative into original 6 into 4 by 3 minus 1. So 3 2 times and 2 4 8 minus 1 7. So it is greater than 0. It means that x is equal to 4 by 3 is minimum point. Is a minimum point. This is just all the second derivative test. So let me explain it again. For example, this was a cuboid function. So we have 2 points. If you look at this, the previous is this point. This point actually he tells us that x is equal to 4 by 3, not this one, but this is a maximum while this is a minimum. Mean x is equal to -1 is a maximum while 4 by 3 is a minimum point. Okay, this can be saw through graphical representation. I hope you got it. If not, then you can ask. I said again, second derivative test is just first find stationary point by equal derivative, putting the first derivative equal to 0, you will find the stationary point. Then put those stationary point into double derivative, and you can find the nature of stationary point easily. If double derivative is less than 0, then point is maximum. If double derivative is greater than 0, then point is minimum. But there are some questions where double derivative failed. So for that purpose, we use the first derivative test. So now we are going to discuss the first derivative test. First derivative test. So somebody can ask that why we need this test while we have second derivative test. So there are some questions where we cannot use the first derivative test, second derivative test. For example, first look at the question. Y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 6. So find maximum point by using the second derivative test. First we will find stationary point 2x minus 4 and put this is equal to 0. So x will be 2. For second derivative test, we have to find the second derivative. Second derivative would be only 2. So now put x is equal to 2 in second derivative and find the nature of the point. We don't have any x in second derivative. So how can we put x is equal to 2 in second derivative? So here the second derivative test is failed. Second derivative test is not valid, or second derivative test is failed. So for this purpose, we use the first derivative test. So what is actually first derivative test? First, just look at the graph. For example, we have a curve again. So this is the stationary point, first stationary point, and this is a second stationary point. If you look at this, before this stationary point, just a point, you can say that a small, like if this is 3, then we are looking at 2.9 or 2.8 or 2.6. You have to draw a slope before this point, this, and then after this point. You are looking at this is a stationary point. Before this point, if we find the slope at any point, then that would be positive, while after this stationary point, the slope will be negative. Okay, so similarly for this point, look at this. This is, if we draw the before this, then slope will be like this, while after this, the slope will be like this. So here, if you look at this, so before this point, the slope was negative, while after this, slope was positive. So this is just all about the first derivative test. Now look how we explain. If the stationary point and dy over dx before that stationary point and after the stationary point would become positive to negative, would become positive to negative, then the point will be maximum. And if dy over dx become negative to positive, the point will be minimum. Just remember these two things. I said again, you have to check the sign of derivative, slope, not the function. Again, if the point is maximum, then before that maximum point, if you draw a slope or you find the slope a derivative by using the derivative formula, then slope will be positive, and after this the slope will be negative. So if the slope become positive to negative, the point will be maximum, while if it become negative to positive, the slope will be the stationary point will be minimum. Now let's take some example. Same quadratic function which we take above, that was x square minus 4x plus 6, x square minus 4x plus 6. So y prime is actually 2x minus 4, and stationary point was x is equal to 2. This was our stationary point, and this is dy over dx. So I said you have to check the sign of slope before this point and after this point. Before this point, we take value of x is equal to 1.9. And after this point, you can take value of 2.1. Just take small distance. You can take either 7, 4, 8, but I will not recommend those values. That take a very small distance. You can take 1.99 or you can take just only 1.9. And check the sign of slope. This dy over dx put into this 2 into 1.9 minus 4. So 2 9 times 18, 1 carry and 3, it would minus 4. So let here dy over dx, it would be 2 into 2.1 minus 4. So 2 times 4 minus 2 minus 4. You don't have to complete this or calculate all of these, but just check the sign. So here the answer, whether it is 1.2, 3.2, it doesn't matter. But the sign will be answer would be negative. So you can write just only minus answer. That the answer. We don't have anything to do with answer. So just we have to check sign negative, and here the sign will be positive. It means slope is changing sign from negative to positive. This. So look at this, a given condition of first derivative test. If the slope will change sign, it's negative to positive, it means the point is minimum. Okay. So we will write here at x is equal to 2 is a minimum point. Is a minimum point. So this is just only one coordinate. So if you want to find another the second coordinate or the value of y, just put this value into original function. X is equal to 2 is a minimum point. So this is the minimum point. For this, the above question which we solved for our second derivative test, you can also check for that by using the first derivative test. Because here we have 2 points. So let me write down those. X is equal to 4 by 3. And x is equal to minus 1. So what was the first derivative was the 3x square. This is the first derivative where? Yes, this 3x square minus x minus 4. So write 3x square minus x minus 4. First we will check this point, x is equal to 4 by 3. So x is equal to 4 by 3, it is x is equal to 1.3 if you calculate it. So how can we take before this? So before this you can take x is equal to 1, and after this you can take x is equal to 2. Okay, or x is equal to 1.4. 1.4 is also 5 or 1.5. So no need to take a large interval. I said again and again, I will not recommend you you have to take 1.5 only, because 1.5 is greater than this. So we have to check the sign of slope. When you put 1 in this thing, this would become 1. We are checking first this point, number 1. So 3 into 3 minus 1 minus 4. So 3 minus 1 would become 2. 2 minus 4 minus 2. So this is minus 2. And then 1.5. Put 1.5. So for this purpose, I'm using the green color. When you put 1.5 here, 1.5 square is 2.25. 2.25 minus 1.5 and minus 4. 3 2 times 6 and 6.75, and this would become minus 5.5. So sign is positive. We don't have to do with answer. So it means this is the derivative is like this. It is changing sign from negative to positive. dy over dx is becoming negative to positive. It means the sign is so the point is minimum. Point is minimum. Okay, the if the x is equal to 4 by 3 is minimum. X is equal to 4 by 3 is minimum. Okay, if you forgot this, that whether the sign is negative to positive or positive to negative, so whether it is maximum or minimum, just quickly draw a curve. Okay, and you can just look at this. If this is the point maximum, so before this, if I draw a slope, then gradient will be positive, and after this, if I draw a slope, then that would be negative. So if the gradient is a changing sign from positive to negative, it would become maximum, while from negative to positive, it would become minimum point. So here, negative to positive, it means the slope will be, the point will be minimum. Similarly, you can check for another point, and another gradient point is x is equal to minus 1. So quickly, please, x is equal to minus 1. So I'm going to check it. X is equal to minus 1. First take the 2 points. Before this, x is equal to 0. And after this, no, not 0. 0 is not before, but before this, minus 1 and minus 2. And after this, you can take x is equal to 0. First, dy over dx. Minus 2. When you put minus 2, 4, 4, 3 times 12. 12 plus 2, 14 minus 4, 8. It is plus 8. And when you put 0, 0, 0 minus 4, the dy over dx would become minus 4. So if you look at this, the dy over dx changing sign positive to negative. So the point is x is equal to minus 1 is a maximum point, is a maximum point. So this is just all about the first derivative test and second derivative test. And in last line, I'm going to repeat all of this, what we have discussed today, that we start from lecture from this point, that first we find that how can we find the increasing function or decreasing function. So increasing function where the derivative of a function is greater than 0, and decreasing function where the derivative of function is less than 0. Okay, where the derivative is less than 0, the function is decreasing, while greater than 0 is increasing. So how can we find slope? We take some example. And the next thing we have learned that how to find stationary point. So for stationary point, we just simply put dy over dx equal to 0. For these stationary or extreme points, we just put dy over dx is equal to 0 and solve that equation for value of x. So then after the stationary point, we have to decide that whether this point is maximum or minimum, or the nature of stationary point. For this purpose, there are two methods, the first derivative test and second derivative test. We use the method 2 first and define the second derivative test. What was the second derivative test? By just take the second derivative and put the stationary point into second derivative. If the second derivative is less than 0, then the point will be point is maximum. And if the second derivative is greater than 0, then the point is minimum. This thing you have to remember. Maybe you slip this thing slip away from your mind. that some students put if this is negative they put minimum point. So this is just all about this is just all about the reciprocal, or if the sign is negative it's mean the maximum point, and if the second derivative is positive the point will be minimum. So first derivative is so easy, there is no problem. So you have to draw a curve, and after that you define it by yourself. And how can we know that the whether the point is maximum or minimum? So just let me take where I take the yes, this is the first derivative test. So first find the stationary point by putting the derivative equal to 0, that is x is equal to 2, and then draw a curve. First derivative test is just all about if we take a slope or gradient before this point, then that would be positive, and after this that would be negative. Slope is changing sign from positive to negative, the point will be maximum, and if it is changing sign from negative to positive, the point will be minimum. Similarly, negative to positive, the point will be. So we take some example. This is just all about this lecture. I hope you got it. If you have any problem, then you can ask on any forum, either WhatsApp, Facebook, or anything else. Thank you so much.